Welcome, everybody. This is Annica Törneryd, founder of Act to Exceed. Today, we're talking to someone who's been part of something that I personally find super exciting. Winner of national TV Shark Tank season number 6, Mr. Stephen Hersch. Welcome, Stephen.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Thank you. So you won with your zip sack, the foldable luggage, right?
Yeah, it's Biaggi. My brand is called Biaggi, and we make all kinds of foldable luggage. So the zip sack is one of our lines, but we have all different types, and we were on the show with our brand.
Yeah, and today Biaggi is quite a successful business, thanks to Shark Tank participation, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. It definitely added a lot to it gave us a lot of exposure, national exposure, and here in the U.S. especially, and it's been terrific for us.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just talk a moment about Biaggi, the luggage company you run, because you've been in this industry for quite a while, right? And luggage has been in your family for quite a while.
Yeah, we've been making bags. We made mainly handbags, like women's purses and handbags, for many years, and we started making luggage about 6 years ago now.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm curious about because the zip sack is about functionality, and I have huge suitcases that I kick around, and they're a pain. But so how did you come up with this idea? Was it an actual solution to a problem, or how did it come up?
Yeah, so I live in New York, and most people in New York don't have a lot of living space. And what they do with their luggage is they'll put it in storage, or they have a problem. You know, it's taking up a lot of space in their homes. And we decided to make something a little bit different that nobody had, really wasn't on the market very much. And we made luggage that's able to fold neatly, that you could put it under your bed, you could store it on a shelf, or some of our bags fold small enough you could even put it inside of a drawer, and this way you could save space in your home and have a great suitcase that's just as good as anybody else's suitcase also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a great solution to a problem that many people have. I read about your father's company, and that he actually also invented something that everybody uses today. The fact that his bags and his company were the first to put cell phone pocket in a handbag and a light inside of a bag. This is right?
Yeah, so basically the idea is that we don't invent things that have never been anywhere before. We like to add features or quality to an existing product that puts us a step ahead of everybody else. So we were the first ones to put a cell phone pocket on a bag. And again, we weren't inventing something brand new over here. You don't have to do that. You know, that's very hard to do. And if you could do it, amazing. But, you know, sometimes it's just a little tweak and solve a problem. You know, this is when cell phones weren't, and not everybody had a cell phone then. And people were just starting to become something that everybody was starting to have. Yeah. So we were the first ones to do that. That's correct. It's very standard today.
Yeah. Okay, so in 2004, you were struggling with your business.
Right.
And at the end of that year, you were on Shark Tank. So
2014.
Yeah, what did I say?
2004, that's okay.
Okay, yeah, 14. So right. Was it you yourself who thought that I'm going to go on Shark Tank, or did someone tell you should go on Shark Tank, or why did you do that?
So what happened so we had this previous business which you referenced that was called Rossetti. Rossetti made handbags, backpacks too, but mainly handbags. And Rossetti was a very successful company that was ultimately sold to a large Asian company. And basically, we decided to start Biaggi. And we made a tremendous mistake in the sense that when we started Rossetti, it was about growing slowly, trying to figure out whether it's going to be successful. We didn't hire a lot of people. We kept our office small, you know, like a startup company is supposed to really behave. When we started Biaggi, we were coming off of our previous company, which was at that point like pretty large, and we figured that we're going to just do what we did already before, right? And the mentality, it's the mindset. It wasn't the startup mindset that we had because of what had just happened for us. So we made a humongous mistake. We hired people that we shouldn't have hired in terms of how expensive they were. We moved into a large office. I mean, we basically built what we had, but without the sales and without the, you know, getting to the point where you have to get to. So at that point, my father, who knows a lot older than me, obviously, decided, you know, I don't want to really do this, you know, build a company from scratch again. He didn't have to. The last company was really his company, much more than it was my company. And I was stuck. Basically, what am I going to do now? Am I going to keep going, you know, restructure this thing and try to figure this out, or, you know, move on and do something else? So around that time, this Shark Tank opportunity came up, and, you know, I took that as a sign that, you know, maybe if I can make it work, you know, maybe if I can get the national exposure and, you know, be able to, you know, jump ahead quickly through being on the show, that would be great for us. And it was. It actually did. So, you know, everything changed after that. We, you know, I closed my office. I reduced my expenses dramatically, and basically operated Biaggi as a startup with tremendous national exposure behind me, and a partnership with one of the, you know, Shark Tank is, you're trying to get an investment from these like celebrity investors. So one of these people from the show invested in Biaggi, and we're working together today, and it's really going great. It's
so nice to hear, because as an entrepreneur and, you know, dreamer, Shark Tank is something that is so, it's just super exciting to watch. It's a great concept, I think. I find it entertaining, and to watch the, like, really, they're really great at what they do. Listening and finding the opportunities, asking the hard questions, and how quick they are at giving a great offer.
Yeah, you know, some people don't get an offer. It's like the Dragon's Den. I think in Europe and in other countries, they have a show called the Dragon's Den. Right? The Shark Tank is the American version of the Dragon's Den. So so you either get an offer, you don't get an offer. I mean, a lot of different things can happen.
Yeah, I perhaps can admit that I also, it's like, it's fun, or it's a certain kind of joy to watch the ones who don't pitch so great and they get eaten alive by the sharks, but they still stand up and manage to walk out of that studio. I find it encouraging in a way, because if you compare getting it like an email that rejects you compared to what they go through, that email is all of a sudden is easy.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. So when you were just about to go on, were you super confident? You think you were going to make it, or were you nervous or super nervous?
I'm pretty good in these situations. Like, I pitched to investors many times. I started my career in the real estate business, so I was always raising money for different projects and different deals. And this was something that was natural to me. Obviously, I'd never done it on TV in front of 8 million live viewers before. So that part of it was maybe a little nervous for sure. But once I got started, I was in my comfort zone, as we say.
Yeah, I watched that clip, and it's you look like a pro.
Thank you.
Yeah. So apart from getting the deal, and you actually got 2 offers, right? But apart from closing the deal, what was the best thing with being on the Shark Tank?
The best thing that came out of it was, you're saying apart from closing the deal?
Yeah.
What was the best part of it? The best part of it was my brand, which was an completely unknown brand before that. Now all of a sudden became a known brand. So the numbers, just to give you an idea of what happens after the show, during the show and after it, is 8 million people watch it live. 15 million people watch it between the day it airs till 60 days later. And then they re-air you sometimes on now national television, another 5 million people. I mean, millions and millions of Americans have seen my brand on the show at this point. So, I mean, what it does for you is tremendous. I mean, my website, even when I'm not spending any money on marketing, I'm getting about 500 visitors a day, and that's without even doing anything. And now I'm 2 years later, and I'm still getting this. So, it puts you on the map in many ways.
Yeah, for sure. So if you look back over the past 18 months, what has been your biggest challenge?
So my biggest challenge has been creating new product, because in my business, it's a little bit of a fashion business also, which our handbag business was too. You can't just stick with what you have. You have to continue and create more. You can't. Everything has a shelf life. I mean, my best items are still selling, but we had to evolve and continue and do it on really a very low budget, because I'm not spending a lot of money right now. So I do a lot of this stuff myself, and a lot of the work that's being done is being done by myself. I have people that work for me, but not like what we had before. So it's been a challenge to run a business in a different way than what I was used to.
Yeah. And for someone who is now where you were 2 years ago, where, should I go another way or start, or what to do? What advice do you give? What would you recommend for someone to do if they are where you were 2 years ago?
So if they're at a point where you're not sure, because that's really where I was. I wasn't sure. The first question you have to ask yourself, and I think this is the most important advice I could give, is, am I fooling myself, or do I really have something here? Because for me, that was the big question. So I have these bags. They were somewhat expensive. They were somewhat heavy at the time. And like I said before, we evolved and we changed, and now we have product that's much more, viable. The question you have to ask yourself is, do I have something real? Do I have something that people will spend what I'm charging for, right? Do they need it, right? Like foldable luggage, not everybody needs it. Like if you live in a larger home, you don't need your luggage to fold. So you have to, so we make really good bags, even though they fold, even if they didn't fold, they'd be really good bags. So, I determined that this was something that that was viable, that could work. And my advice is to really be honest with yourself about this. And what is the evidence? So we had sales, so we're just spending a lot of money, but we were also selling a lot. So it helped me determine that if I just downsized the business, kept my sales going the way they were, but just spent less money, right? So for me, that was really what helped me decide that it was worth moving forward. So, sometimes it's not. Sometimes we have ideas, and God, I've had some ideas that I thought were amazing, and they really didn't work out. I've tried several different things over my business career. So you got to be honest with yourself. Number one. Yeah. And then if you have it and it is real and it could work, and you're true to yourself with it, then just make it happen. You'll overcome any obstacle if you're determined.
Okay. Great advice. What are you looking forward to now? Do you have any secret projects that you perhaps then can't share, or something in the pipeline that you can share?
Yeah, we just added a bunch of new items to the company. So I'm looking forward to see how those things do. I don't hide anything. I mean, obviously, if I have something, an invention or something that I'm working on that I'm trying to patent or something like that, I won't share it. But I'm looking forward to the next stage of my company. We've added, including all the different colors, we've added over 100 new items in the last 2 months.
Wow.
So really, yeah. So I mean, we were at we didn't have that much product before. Now we're really at a different level. So we're also working on retail. So we rented our first location. We're gonna do kind of a hybrid of retail and fulfillment. So basically, this is something that isn't really being done much before. So the business model would be to have retail locations where we sell out of our retail locations, which now we have a lot of products. So now it makes more sense to do it with all these different, items that we have. To have these like cool, small, but like really hip stores. But now retail is going in the wrong direction, and right. If you're reading about where the world is going, it's going more to the internet, to e-commerce. But retail is also important in other ways because it lets more people see you, right? There's traffic. If you're in the right location, people see your brand, they see your product, even if they don't buy it in your store, right? So how do you overcome this, right? How do you justify having a store even today, or opening a store today? So the idea that we have here at Biaggi is to open different retail locations, but they should also they have to have an area, a fulfillment center also. So in other words, the one we have now has a large basement area, underground basement area. We're going to fill that with product, and we're going to ship internet orders out of there. So the plan is to have these all over the country, small retail locations that we can fulfill orders from. So what that does is it saves us money on shipping, it saves us money on fulfillment, and we're not going to be wasting money on rent and things. Even if I'm not selling a lot out of the store, I'm still not losing money because I'm saving money by being able to fulfill orders out of there, right? And have them go shorter distances to the customer. We make luggage. Luggage is very expensive to ship. It's large. So this is a new business model that I don't think exists really. And we're just getting started. So I feel good about it.
Okay. When you say that, more and more people go on the internet to buy, and I was thinking, because I'm just about to pack my bag to go on a trip, and I need 2 bags this time, but when I go there, I don't want that extra bag. So I was thinking, would I buy my extra bag on the airport? No, probably not, but I would buy it at the hotel.
Yeah, people do it. We get it all the time, by the way. We get orders on our website on people and from people that are at hotels, just like you're describing, and they need an extra bag. Also, some of our bags are small enough that you could pack inside of your suitcase. So, but we do get quite a bit of that, what you just described.
I checked out the webpage, and there's I love it's a pink, like a fuchsia pink tote bag.
Yeah, the one on wheels?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of our new items.
Yeah. Okay, so great products. Is it okay to share what I saw about the summer offer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so anyone who wants to check out really cool and beautiful and functional bags, you should go to Biaggi.com, and there's a current summer sale, 25% off everything. Correct. Don't miss the opportunity. Okay, so anything last you would like to share with entrepreneurs out there who want to make it happen for themselves?
Yeah, become really good at internet, at e-commerce, because this is where the world is going. Become really, really good at it. The companies that are going to be left behind are the companies that are relying too much on retail and selling to retailers. So get good at that, because if you don't, you're going to have a lot of problems. But if you do, you can be ahead of everybody.
I concur. Even if it's a service, like myself, if you're not able to build landing pages where the person can just click and get connected with you, hard work.
Yeah, Macy's
no
is
sales.
Closing stores, Nordstrom's is closing stores. I mean, a lot of these, if you go online and read about what's going on, it's happening very fast. So become good at e-commerce, become good at managing your Amazon seller accounts and, optimizing them, and, you should be educating yourself if you haven't already.
I will put that on my list on what my children will be studying.
It's a good thing for them to study.
Prepare them for success, e-commerce.
Absolutely, which is there's so many components to it. Besides, drawing traffic and converting the traffic, there's the fulfillment, and there's the customer service, and there's all the things involved in it. It's good to be good at that today.
Okay, Stephen, thank you so much for sharing this. It's been awesome, and I wish you best of success, and I look forward to getting my own little pink bag, because they're beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye. You too.
Bye.